and make sure you get their tickets.
All right, welcome to the first episode of season 2 of the Coach Boz Show. It's been a little bit. We've been trying to get the schedules coordinated. Obviously, the team is very successful this year, and you can see by the coach's smile on his face. What's up, Coach Tony Bozzello? How are you today?
Bobby, great to be here. Yes, we look forward to doing this weekly for the rest of the year. I appreciate your patience and working out our schedules and everything. But no, the girls have been fantastic. We have a great group of people.
That's awesome. Couple quick questions for you, and then we will get to the ladies. Obviously, I'm just trying to find the show here so I can blast it out to the Facebook group. Like I've been mentioning to you, your team is getting a lot of traction this year within the Seton Hall Facebook group community of the fans. A lot of questions being asked. They come to me. They come to a few of the other guys who are focusing on your team as well as your program. And tell us about your season so far. I mean, when I saw you at the Big East Media Day, you were really excited for this year. And, tell me how it's going so far.
Yeah, I'm really proud of the ladies. We've really fought through a lot of adversity, injury wise for sure, and getting to know each other. I mean, obviously, we graduated 7 seniors last year, so the turnover's been great. But the 2 young ladies in my office have been really integral parts of our success, and I'm sure that's why you asked them to be on. I call them our unsung heroes, but you got to start with Faith. Faith has been amazing. She's come in, she's really been the mom of the group, and done a great job with helping keeping everyone together. Omari Wright's a 5th-year kid, fantastic. I think her quiet leadership and even now her vocal leadership has been amazing. And then obviously Jada Eads is really taking the league by storm as a talented freshman. But it's been a complete team effort. Yaya Lopes has done a lot of great things for us. Messiah Hunter, Caden Lawson, obviously the 2 young ladies here, and Janaya and Jakayla, when given the opportunity, have really come through for us. And it's important because at 5-1 in second place and 13-4 overall with the challenging schedule that we've placed, it's been a complete team effort. Savannah Callahan, an important part of our team, along with Shea Pinckney, have been out with injury, and we've been able to still be successful because of all the talented players we have.
That's fantastic. Now, let's go back to Faith for 1 second. Now, obviously, you mentioned during Big East Media Day, she was someone you tried to recruit before, right? And then...
Yeah, we've known Faith since 9th grade. Her mother, Ellen, is the president and the founder and the leader of New Jersey Rise, a tremendous AAU program. So, obviously we're involved, but, I've always watched Faith through the years and come away impressed with her as a player, but really as a person as well.
Was she this good at Maryland?
She had a different role. She understood her role. She was more of a distributor, more of a glue kid. Here we needed to be more of an alpha, and she still struggled with it at times. But she's done a lot of great things for us, and I think she brings a good sense of stability and confidence to the young ladies. I think she's respected by them because she respects them as well.
One quick tidbit before we move on to the rest of the team. I was walking into Walsh one night to cover one of your games, and I think Faith. I'm sorry. I was going to cover one of the men's games. They played at Walsh, and I think Faith was leaving the gym, I guess, after a practice you had. And I saw a few of the Seton Hall students, like one nudged the other, and goes, "Hey, that's Faith. She's the LeBron James of the team this year." And they were like almost in awe of her, like walking by out of the gym back to her dorm, obviously. So yeah, it's but then again, Coach, one thing I mentioned, one thing I've noticed. Now I try to cover as many games as I can with live and press row for you, and it seems it's like if I miss one game and then go to another game, the next game, there's always someone new. One of your ladies dressed up. It's almost like you have a WNBA franchise there because it seems like you're shuffling some players like they're dressed, they're not dressed. You're managing play time or whatnot, game time. So how is that working for you this year?
It's been hard. We have a lot of talent here, and it's just hard for the ladies because they want to get in a rhythm and a groove, and they want a little more consistency. But it's hard for me because we've had kids out and kids changing positions. But you know, when I've asked the ladies to sacrifice, they have. It's their turn to come through, they have. Like I said, this has been a total team effort. As statistically great and as playing great as Faith, Jada, Savannah Catalan when she was healthy. It's people like Janaya and Jakayla that have really made us a second place team or third place team because without them and their contributions, we would be in the middle of the pack like everybody else.
I noticed the last home game when I was there. Uh, I don't think class was in session yet for
Yeah,
the
not yet.
spring semester, but I noticed more people in the stands. So I think you're starting to get noticed. And I think
Yeah,
it's only going to grow and snowball as the season progresses.
our crowds have been fantastic. We're getting a lot better. We had close to a sellout for the Creighton game. The St. John's tickets are through the roof. We couldn't even take any more groups because we had so many tickets sold. So we're excited. There's still some individual tickets, so we ask all our fans to come out and cheer us on. But we have an exciting product. The girls are exciting. They play fast. They play intense. They play with emotion. I love that about them. I'm a passionate guy and a passionate coach, but these girls help raise my passion a lot too because they play with a lot of passion and they play really hard. And that's one thing, these girls do not quit. They play really, really hard.
Now you have UConn on Sunday, correct?
Yeah, we're
Um,
excited for that. Yep. I was just saying to the girls, it's sold out. We're excited for that opportunity to play one of the best teams in the country. But, for us, we've already played USC. We've already played LSU. So, UConn's a great team just like they are. So, we're going to go in there. We're going to play confidently. And if we could shoot the ball well, I think we're going to have a great opportunity to be right there.
Now I hope when UConn comes to Walsh that we have at least three-quarters Seton Hall fans there. We know they travel very well.
Yeah, they
Was there
do.
any consideration if your program grows any further with the success you're having to have maybe move in that game, or is that something you really want in Walsh?
I don't want. I want to keep it in Walsh because if we moved it there, it would just become more UConn fans, and then we don't
True.
play at the Prudential Center, so it would be like an away game for us. So we want to utilize this as a home court advantage. I do know, talking to Colin Bruning, our ticket guy, while we are sold out, we're sold out with a lot of Seton Hall fans. And that's changed. When I first started here, it was the UConn home game. Now it's become a Seton Hall home game. LP and that group really got it to a lot of fans here for us, and now this next group has taken it to a new level as well.
One more question for you before we move on to our guest today. Where did you find Jada Eads? Like, how do you
Uh,
find a dynamic player like that in Florida to come up to the New York area?
We went to a tournament in LA to watch someone else play, and 10 minutes in, my associate coach, Coach DeFalco, this kid's not good enough. You could stay here and watch her a little longer, but I'm going to go look around. She went around. Not only did she find Jada Eads, Savannah Jones was there. We saw her. She ended up getting hurt in it, so we didn't get to see her play as much. And then we found Savannah Catalan as well there. So that trip to LA was one of the best recruiting trips I've ever made in my life. So obviously we have Jada, Savannah Jones, and Savannah Catalan from that trip. So that worked out really well. But my associate head coach back then, Lauren DeFalco, and now the staff here with Cassandra and Dee Dee have done a great job recruiting. They really have.
That's fantastic. Again, Savannah, any getting close?
Yeah, I think you know she's gonna start to test the ankle with some different drills and stuff. So at the beginning we feared she would be lost for the year. I don't think that's the case right now. Shay Pinkney, she's still a ways away. Romani Parker, I think we will get her this year at some point. We don't know when. Nicole Melius and Baylor Franz, we don't know. They're very up in the air right now. But obviously Savannah is an important part of the team, a captain, a veteran player. I think she's the closest. I know she's the closest right now to playing.
So when you play UConn this Sunday, is this another like a barometer game to see how far your program's going, or what you're really have accomplished so far this year, going into
Uh, No, I mean, I think we've accomplished, we're good. We have a chance to be better. For me, I don't measure it by barometers at this stage in the year. With the end, the middle of January, we, got 6 weeks left of basketball in the regular season. So, at this point, it's going really fast. So, at this point, all I'm trying to do is put these kids in the best position to be successful. It's hard because we have a lot of talent. We have great kids though. They support each other. Last game, Jacayla really, played a huge role, and Janiyah didn't play as big a role, and Janiyah was supporting her. And the game before, Janiyah played a huge role, and Jacayla was supporting her. It's the kids that have made this an enjoyable year. I've been through a lot of health issues. I lost my mom, which was really hard at
Oh,
the end.
sorry to hear that.
October, thank you, in October. And these kids have really helped me get through it. It's been a really, really personally difficult year for me, but from a professional level and from a personal level, coming to work every day, I enjoy it more than I've ever enjoyed it because they've made it enjoyable, and we're good. Like, I don't think people understand how good we are. Like, we have kids that don't play a lot. That, look at Jacayla last game, and we don't win the game without Jacayla. The game before that we don't win the game without Janiyah. Like, these kids are really good players, and maybe they don't get noticed on a game by game basis, but the future of this program is great too. I mean, these are underclassmen kids that have a lot of basketball left in their careers, and I'm excited. They make it fun, Bob. It's been a really enjoyable year, and we're good, and I think we have a chance to get a lot better. I really do.
Now, we've been doing a pregame show for the men's game before the games, but a big part of our pregame show now is talking about the women's team.
I
So
like
just so
that.
you
That's good.
know about that. Real quick, someone had mentioned during our last show that your team is now on the bubble watch.
We
You're
are.
kind of right.
Yeah.
So which is that itself is a huge advancement over as you know, and hopefully, like I said, you have a great team, and hopefully it just gets higher and higher up that list.
Yeah, I think we've put ourselves in a position where if we can win games, we have a chance to, to play in the postseason. That's all you can ask. And, we just want to look at it not even game by game, Bob, day by day. We just want to get a little better in practice each day. That's all.
All right, let's go over to our guest.
Great.
There they are. We have. I'm gonna hopefully say this right. We have Janiyah Bland Fitzpatrick. How are you? And Jacayla Kraft.
Hi.
Hello. Janiyah is a sophomore forward from New London, Connecticut. So you're going home, I guess, on Sunday a little bit.
Yes.
That's right up the road, right from where you're from.
Yeah. Pretty much
And
excited.
excellent. And Jacayla, you're from Minnesota, so this must be summer for you right now, even though it's still cold. You're
You
probably
know,
enjoying
I'm enjoying the weather.
yeah, right. So about at least 20 degrees warmer, even though it's cold. It's still probably less frigid than you're used to, right?
Yeah, I don't have to wear a big old coat, so I'm fine with that.
Excellent. Real quick, Jacayla,
Mhm.
how did you find the Seton Hall program from Minnesota, and what are your thoughts about being a Pirate?
Um, I was playing on the Adidas Gauntlet during summertime last year, and they were actually my first Big East offer that I got offered. And that was really big for me because it was a big milestone in my career. And then just learning them and learning the coaching staff was absolutely amazing. And my visit was planned. I was planning to be here for 2 days, not one. But then flight stuff happened, weather stuff happened because, Minnesota, just doing what Minnesota does best. And I came out here. I was only able to come out here for one day. And in that one day, I learned everything that I needed to know. And I built connections with even the coaches that I didn't really talk too much. Like I was heavily recruited by Dee. She gave me my offer. But all the other coaches spoke to me when they could, but when I came here, they all just did a great job just welcoming me with open arms. And Coach B, I really wanted a really good relationship with my head coach, and I felt that honestly as soon as I met him. When he picked me up with my little Starbucks and his big old truck, I already knew how I felt about the school. And so right then and there after my visit, I kind of had that feeling like this is where I wanna be. But I just wanted to make sure because I've had not so good experiences. So just making sure was just the best thing for me to do. And then it all came and it was time for me to make my decision. And I just officially decided to be a pirate. And I'm really happy with what I decided, and I know that like I made the right choice.
Are you enjoying your time in the big city?
You know I am. It's fun.
Is it an adjustment for you for being from Minnesota?
Not really. Like I feel like I made the adjustment real smooth.
Okay. All right. Janaya, how does it, you feel being a pirate? What was your journey to get to South Orange?
Well, it was not as easy as her. But I feel like when I first got recruited by them, I was like, oh, this is the biggest team. Like, this is no joke. So like when I came on the visit, I was heavily recruited by them, and I would talk to them. I was talking to them for like I want to say almost 2 years before I even came on the visit. So like the relationship was very strong, and it was just enjoyable. I came on the visit, and it was just like the people that was here, like Lauren, you had Sydney Cooks. They just made me feel welcome, and like talking to Coach B and all the other assistant coaches, like I felt very warm, and like he made everything positive. He told me the real deal, and he would tell me things that how the school works and how not even just for like basketball. He's also worried about your education. Like he mentioned about his daughter being in the medical field. And I felt like most coaches, you don't get that a lot. They're just worried about basketball and things like that and of that nature. But like, as a student athlete, I'm worried about basketball and being a student. And he, provoked that and told me all about that. And I felt like that made me even more closer to him because I know he's not just worried about, my basketball career. And that doesn't just go for me. I feel like that just goes for any player on this team and on this TS team in general. But so far the journey has been good. I feel like coming into this school, it's taught me a lot about myself and me mentally and how where I am and where I stand for this team. I feel like he's pushed me to be the best that I can and for my ability to be better, not just for myself, but for my team. Just like you see me and Jakayla stepping up and helping our team out when some are injured. So I feel like having that behind us helps us a lot.
Question for both you, and we can answer individually. How hard is it for you to be, say, stars on your, say, high school team, then to go to the next level and at least starting out being a sub? Is that a hard adjustment for your ladies to get to? You guys, whoever can answer first.
So we'll go individually. You could go first. Okay. It was definitely a big adjustment, but at the same time, like I was never handed anything in my life. I've had to work for everything, so I understand like the process that comes with it. And I'm the youngest on the team when it comes to age and stuff like that. So it was like me. It was a learning. It was a stepping stone. But being with my teammates and really having the relationship and everything that I have with them, and them having my back regardless of messing up, doing perfect, whatever it is, they have my back, so it makes it a lot easier to get through that milestone.
Janaya?
For me, I felt like it was hard because being a star in high school and AAU and then coming and not being able to play as much. But it's like just like she said, not I don't have nothing ever came to me easy. And as far as that, like I never seemed to like I always had to wait my turn. So it's like I'm not new to it. So I understand, and it's like okay, it may be frustrating mentally, but it's just like you know you got to get better here and you got to get better there, and so it just doesn't really affect me as much now because I understand why. I'm not gonna get mad or taken out on anybody. That's not my principle here. So it's just like it's just a learning experience, and like as you see, as time comes, you got to stay ready.
Now, you're both part of a team full of graduate students and maybe a senior or two. How is do they take you under your wing? How does that work? How's the relationship with the upperclassmen on your team?
Oh, I feel like I feel like that works just fine. I feel like they do take us under a wing, just like Coach B said that Faith is like a mom on the team, and he's not lying. She literally is. She has literally everything. But like just like how vocal she is as a captain and as a person on and off the court, she's there when you need her. And not even I feel like not even just for captains. I feel like every upperclassman on his team is very vocal to each other. Well, like I said, whether it is on the court, they're very helpful whether you need something or not, whether you need to understand how to do a play or whether you need something outside of basketball. They're just there all the time.
Tequila?
To be honest, like one of my big recruiting points was making sure that I had a really good relationship with all my teammates. And I know a lot of people left from last year, but the girls that I have now, like these are literally my sisters. And they help me with anything that I need help with. And it gets hard. Basketball, it can become a lot. But the people that you have on your team and our community and just overall, like I don't even know the right word, but just our culture here, like our girls are our culture. So just having them and being able to ask them anything when it comes to either basketball or just life in general, it's really nice. And every family has problems. So obviously we're not all perfect. We don't always get along all the time, but it's so nice to know that like even if we're not getting along, it doesn't affect us on the court, which was super important to me, especially when it comes to girls. We can be so in our feelings and our emotions and things like that. But with our team, it doesn't affect us that way. And that's one thing that I love.
So getting back to being stars in high school, and now being on a very big bench on a winning program in the Big East. Um, what's your mindset as far as at any given moment, coach can like tap you in and you're in the game? Is that something? How does that work? Is it easy for you to just get into a game and get into a rhythm, or is it something you have to work out a little bit?
I feel like it depends. Like in front and feels it like it depends on where your mindset is. Like if you have a changed mindset, but yeah, even though I'm not playing, I know when to be ready. Or you can have a mindset where it's like I'm never gonna play and I'm never gonna be ready. You can't be like that. So like for me, I knew I was like, okay, things happen. People would tell me, just like I said, our teammates would hold each other accountable and tell us like, you never know what could happen, or like even your parents, you never know what could happen. You gotta always stay ready. Even though sometimes it's hard to hear that a lot, but it's like at that point you do have to stay ready. And when your name is called, when you step on the floor, it's like nothing else matters. Now it's time to play. Like you can't go on the court and be thinking about, oh, I can't play anymore. This is the only game to play. No, you got to step on the court and just have fun. Just get a feel for it. You're with your teammates, just like you have a sister culture. It should be fun. It should be chemistry, and it should just be more to that.
Excellent.
Um, I honestly feel that it's just like what Janai said, like it's your mindset. You just kind of have to stay ready. And then it's all about, I mean, we all want to play and everything, but it's all about what you do when you're at practice, before practice, after practice. It's about putting the extra work in, because I truly believe like you're confident when you work on your skills, like when you go in and he puts you in, you should be confident to shoot the shot, because you shoot 1,000 of those shots every day or every week, or like that. So it's just like it's just about having that right mindset, and then knowing that your teammates and your coaches have your back and they all want to see you succeed. That's just how you really get through it.
All right, a couple of few more questions. Or make it a little more fun. Janai, so you're right down the road from Big Bad UConn. Do you have any friends on that team from your playing days in high school?
I have one. She used to play for Team Takeover.
So you guys looking
Oh,
forward to seeing her play Sunday?
Yeah.
Um, Tequila. So from Minnesota, obviously the
yes.
food's different here, right? What's the
Okay.
one food you've embraced in the New York area that you don't really get in Minnesota?
One food?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, there's so many to choose from.
Oh boy.
Um, I really like the pizza here. And I know I could get that in Minnesota, but like the pizza here is exotic. You just have like sausage or like pepperoni in Minnesota.
It's funny. I asked Isaiah Coleman that same question last year when he was a freshman from North Carolina. Same thing he said was that the pizza is amazing. That's one thing he enjoyed about coming up from where he's from. So, ladies, one last question. Who's your favorite professional player and professional women's team?
Breonna Stewart. And, well, it used to be Seattle Storm because she was on it, but now it's New York Liberty.
Kayla?
All right. Now, there's a couple, okay?
Okay.
Now, okay, let me see. Now, I know she just got in the league, but I like to like players who remind me of myself, right? So I really like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. And just because Angel Reese's personality is just like, I just love everything that she brings to the game. She's like she said, she's unapologetically herself. And that's how I want to be. Like, I never want to hide who I am because I love my personality. And then Caitlin Clark's shooting ability is that's just what I just love everything about it. Like, that's how I need to be. That's how I will be.
Excellent, excellent. All right, one more question before we let ladies go. We have a big game on Sunday at UConn. Who's the GOAT, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, in your opinion?
Oh, my God.
That's right. Hey, I didn't say it was easy on the Coach Boz Show.
If I'm going to be honest, I got to say LeBron James because even though I watched some of Michael Jordan, but I haven't been in that time for real. So, to be fair, I got to say LeBron James.
Okay.
But I've seen some clips. Obviously, yes, I go back and watch his highlights. He's tough. Very good. But
That's the usual consensus is that if you watch Jordan play like myself and Coach did, you tend to obviously tend towards Jordan. If you haven't seen him play and just going by clips and stories, you would say LeBron.
yeah.
Kayla?
Well, I'm going to be honest. To me, and Dee Dee's going to kill me, but it's Michael Jordan. Like, his mindset and his mindset, what he stands for, him and Kobe just like,
If you would ask Kobe, I would say Kobe.
They're the GOATs. Like, just to me, like, I just love everything that they stand for. And, they knew they were the best player when they walked on the court. And I like to watch them before games.
I just feel like they both GOATs. It's hard.
Yeah, it's a tough thing there. All right, ladies, thanks so much for your time, and I'll see you next time at Walsh when I'm there and rooting you guys on as best as I can from the press. I can't get too animated there. But, as Coach does, I love watching him on the sidelines. Well, good luck this Sunday and an upcoming season, rest of the season.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
Bob,
Thank you
let's do this again next Friday, same time.
You got it, buddy.
Thank you, Bob.
See you soon.
Bob, send me a link. I'll retweet it, and the girls will too.
You got it. Thanks so much.
Bob. See you.
All right,
Bye.
Coach Boz Show will be back next week. Thank you so much.